The most dangerous man on Earth walked into America with no papers. The government rolled out the red carpet. It was the biggest mistake they ever made. No visa, no documents, no plan to stay. And yet, the moment US government officials saw what this 19-year-old could do, they didn't arrest him. They didn't deport him. They handed him the keys to the most advanced laboratories in the country. They gave him unlimited funding and zero oversight. And they smiled while doing it. They genuinely believed they had recruited the most valuable mind on the planet. They had no idea. They didn't recruit Victor Von Doom. They handed a loaded gun to the one man already planning to pull the trigger. By the time they figured that out, it was already too late. But let's back up, because to understand what Victor did to America, you have to understand what America never understood about Victor. He didn't come here chasing the American dream. He didn't come for freedom or a fresh start. He came for one thing: resources, the finest labs, the most advanced machines, and the silence to work. Because Victor was building something that didn't belong in any science textbook, a machine that fused bleeding-edge physics with ancient, forbidden dark magic, a machine designed to do one thing: tear open a doorway to hell itself. And every single night, alone in that government-funded lab, Victor would look up and whisper a single word into the silence: Mother. His mother's soul was trapped beyond death. Victor had made her a promise. He was coming for her, no matter the cost, no matter who got in the way. Now, here's what made Victor truly dangerous. He wasn't reckless. He was patient. While the military thought they were running Victor, Victor was running them. Every few weeks, he'd hand them a small breakthrough, a smarter weapon system, a new prototype. Just enough to keep the checks coming, just enough to keep them out of his real lab. The generals would nod and smile, thinking they'd made the best investment of their careers. Meanwhile, Victor was thinking 10 steps ahead. He wasn't their asset, they were his. At the university, it was the same. Students began orbiting him like planets around a dark sun. Victor didn't encourage it, but he didn't stop it. He understood something most teenagers don't. Influence is a resource. You don't waste it, you let it accumulate. Then he met Reed Richards. Reed was friendly, warm, the kind of guy who treats a stranger like an old friend. He even mentioned they were supposed to be roommates. Victor had already made sure that didn't happen. Victor worked alone. But here is where Victor failed. He didn't take Reed seriously. He saw Reed's curiosity and optimism as a weakness. He filed Reed away as the guy who finishes second. It was the most expensive mistake Victor Von Doom ever made. Because years from now, after the mask goes on and the kingdom rises, Reed Richards will be the one variable Victor can never calculate, the one person he underestimated exactly once, and once was all it took. 3 years in, Victor was at the peak. His mind was sharp, his deception was clean, and his secret work was almost finished. But 3 years of isolation does something to a man. It feeds arrogance. Not just confidence, but a heavy, dark belief that you are untouchable. His assistant talked him into going to a party. Victor, curious about the simple world he'd rejected, actually went. He saw a guy named Ben Grimm, the star athlete, the heart of the room. For the first time in years, Victor didn't feel contempt. He relaxed. He let his guard down. He had no idea what that one moment was about to cost him. The chain of events set in motion that night would crack open something in Victor that could never be closed again. One moment of being human, 1 second of being careless, and everything, the plan, the machine, the promise to his mother, was about to explode. This isn't just a villain origin. This is a tragedy of a genius who started believing his own legend. Next part is coming, and trust me, it gets so much darker. Subscribe right now so you don't miss the moment the mask finally goes on. And tell me in the comments, is Victor a monster, or is he just a son trying to save his mother? I'll see you in the next one.